Jobs, the tooth fairy, and a set of pliers, plus illegal immigration all have in common. I'll get there, but it starts on election day. Donald Trump wins and makes it clear that crossing the border illegally is against the law, and that anyone who does that will be deported because illegals are taking jobs away from hardworking Americans. We get it, you get it, but Jasmine Crockett still thinks that she needs to educate you on illegal immigration.
So I had to go around the country and educate people
How do you
about
spell Finnerty?
immigrants do
F-I-N-N-E-R-T-Y?
for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
What a racist thing to say. Essentially, it is Hispanics' turn to do that type of labor. But many of the people who cross the border are a lot more intelligent than meets the eye. In fact, many of them are quite ambitious. Some even went to med school and dental school. Some didn't. Most didn't. But some probably did, we think. Let's say you've got a toothache. We've all had that problem. And what if I said, I know a guy who knows a guy who's got a real steady hand and is a lot less expensive than any other dentist you've ever been to in your life? Would you go? Take a look.
Pulling teeth with pliers. A man is facing serious charges and is accused of running a fake dentistry practice out of his Southwest Houston apartment. Court records show 47-year-old Cesar Perez is charged with practicing fake dentistry without a license and aggravated assault. He's since been arrested and placed on immigration hold by ICE.
The good news, Caesar the tooth puller has been arrested, but I've got to give that guy a lot of credit. He should not be deported. They should find a use for that guy. This guy allegedly set up a fake dental office and got away with it. People were going back to him for follow-up appointments, but I'm just curious where exactly these operations were done. Where was he performing all of these procedures on these patients?
This procedure allegedly took place at Perez's Southwest apartment in Houston, but eventually that woman had to go to the hospital.
All right. Well, that's too bad. So one woman had to go to the hospital, but that's what you get when you go to the illegal alien dentist with needle-nose pliers. And we've all been warned as children, don't follow strangers into strange places, but luring adults with pliers into your living room lazy boy recliner, and the person went. Sorry, the patient, not the person, the patient actually went. Come on. The only way I could possibly wrap my mind around this was if the guy, the fake Dr. Caesar, this illegal alien dentist who allegedly crowned himself the best dentist in the area, was at least cutting people a good deal.
An anonymous neighbor there told our Poorly Peeled that Perez had told him about the prices, and he explained it to us. Here's what he had to say.
He was charging anywhere from $250 and up. He said if I ever needed any work, Ben said he knew how to take teeth out.
So he went. This guy was using pliers. Did he tell these curious patients that he was charging $250, that's a good deal. But this illegal tooth fairy was absolutely raking it in, and I mean literally raking it in from his apartment. Okay, so let's take a step back. Was this cavity-free Caesar a nice, friendly guy? We don't know that. But we know that he was using pliers, and he was very persuasive. He was putting up flyers, and these flyers were effective because he kept getting business.
Another woman, Alejandra Moncado, tells KPRC2 that Perez attacked her at the apartment complex.
I was sitting down and he came out with a screwdriver and was assaulting me. We had to call the cops, and when the cops came, he was still on a rampage.
Moncada says she believes Perez confused her with a different woman.
Okay, so now we can confirm that Cesar Perez is allegedly also a psycho, attacking women and mistaking their identities. But apparently Cesar also has eye problems. No one would wonder his patients would have to go to the hospital after Cesar performed surgery. He couldn't see. Cesar was apparently blind in one eye. And I'm telling you this story for many reasons. For one, it's pretty funny. This is a funny story. We can laugh sometimes, but it's frightening, truly frightening, how many people let Caesar work in their mouth. They let Caesar go in their mouth. So much so, the American Dental Association came out with this warning.
The American Dental Association has stepped up warnings about the risks of dental procedures that are performed by unlicensed people. You know, bottom lines act, they say it's illegal, and that the ADA says improper work can create a slew of health problems.
All right, so illegal and dangerous, absolutely no kidding. It's times like this that I worry for our country. I get it. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a toothache, Caesar's got a pair of pliers, he's right down the street, he's got a lazy boy recliner, but I don't know how a possibly blind illegal alien dentist with no degree or education who works from home was actually getting patients to his house. Take a look.
A lot of people asking, like, what can we do to protect our health from any sort of situation like this?
Right. Well, in cases like this, because you're right, we have seen many instances like this recently, you really do have to do your homework when it comes to a healthcare provider. Right?
Okay, so moral of the story this evening, clearly illegal aliens are doing more than just farm work. And while we had fun with this story, it's amazing how Democrats box in illegals as nothing but nannies, housekeepers, and gardeners. But we also learned a valuable lesson. If your dentist walks in wearing a tool belt with pliers and you're sitting in a lazy boy recliner in his living room, you might be dealing with an illegal alien dentist. When we come back tonight, we knew